Well, hello my beautiful Cancerians, welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for May 2024. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings, I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details. I'll never ask for personal details, and I'll also never give you a cell phone number to call. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Cancerians, this is your monthly reading for May. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. And May is a very powerful month. There are many intense shifts occurring, and you may have been feeling extra exhausted, burnt out, and fed up recently, but Mars now reappears 15 degrees apart from Saturn, and that occurs on the 4th of May, and this really is a big deal because our collective motivation returns. Vibrations raise higher spiritually. You'll be embracing that inner warrior to overcome challenges and find solutions to any problems that you've been experiencing. So expect to feel more energized, motivated, and tenacious to move forward on long-term goals. Now, Saturn is a very serious planet that can be a bit of a hard taskmaster, pushing us to hard work, maintain momentum, and of course remain true to our path without distraction. And this in turn can create minor tension with others as we all jostle in a very intense change of energy this month, but ultimately Mars encourages you to be passionate about all of your endeavors. You'll embrace self-expression and creativity, as well as feel enthusiastic to learn new things. You'll pay more attention to your health, body, mind, and soul, of course, this month. And also, Mars reignites your lust for life to find new, exciting ways to revamp your life, or I think they want that card. Yep, they do. Or to bring that spark that may have been missing, bringing it back, because Mars has been hidden for the last couple of months there as well. Now, Jupiter, the most auspicious planet of prosperity, shines its beautiful energy upon us all, and it finally delivers better times ahead. And as we have officially moved into Taurus season, we should expect amplified opportunities and success in areas that you have been focusing all of your energy on, as well as, of course, discovering new ideas on how to increase wealth, repay debt, and create solid foundations for stability. More invitations to events should start to flow in this month as well. And with Jupiter showing up in the sign of Gemini, you'll feel more sociable and potentially meet new people to add to your soul tribe. Now, the new moon on the 8th of May is all about reconnecting with nature, falling back in love with your life again, attracting good luck and prosperity, as well as deepening your connection with the law of attraction. So manifestations are going to really work this month. So connect to any rituals that you normally do or you feel like you've lost touch with there. Also, the full moon in Sagittarius on the 23rd, it will affect all signs, injecting more opportunities for adventure, to take charge and make bold decisions while seeing the bigger picture of your life, to remain on track, but also to attract more fun and spontaneity along the way. Now, it is worth noting that Jupiter will conjunct the Sun on the 18th of May, and after that, Jupiter will not grant any more wishes until later on in the year. Now, this doesn't mean that you're not going to get what you've been manifesting. It just means that the energy is more increased, shall we say, just before the 18th. And after that, it will start to dissipate. And of course, it will return from mid to late June. But I thought best to get all your wishes in before that. Now, also, May is actually a month of potential, lucky breaks, and prosperity despite chaotic surroundings. And on a global scale, the reappearance of Mars can actually escalate conflicts that are already in motion. Power plays can increase tension further, and plus the disappearance of Jupiter can also see public figures in power just disappear from the spotlight or even shirk responsibility. And even accountability as well, especially when the public need them the most to step up and lead. And I hate to say this, but more crazy weather events will continue around the world, sadly. Hurricane season may even start early this year, disrupting the natural flow of weather systems, because Mars's gravitational energy can actually affect the Earth very intensely, especially in terms of volcanic activity as well. And as we are in Taurus season, Taurus, of course, being an earth element, we could see more earthquake activity in areas that are not prone to earthquakes. Now, I did mention this in my last prediction in April, which I uploaded, of course, a couple of weeks or days even before April, and then we had that earthquake occur in New York there. So I'm not saying it's going to be in New York again, but I would say it's time to really expect areas that are not prone to earthquakes to have a little bit of a rumble, because there is some strong energetic shifts going on at this moment in time that can influence that area. Now, also Mars and Saturn partners up and affects water, so there may even be large-scale flooding events in places around the world, especially in or near the Ring of Fire. That's where I'm drawn to the most. I hope I'm not correct there. I hope I'm totally wrong on that. I would rather be wrong than right on that, but it is something that keeps coming up for me, so it's worth noting there. But Mercury is no longer in retrograde, so that is good news for the collective. You'll feel a little bit more articulate, a little bit more focused, and things will go better for you this month, of course. We will have some intense solar flares coming in this month, and it would be prudent to save down any important documents, financial statements, as there may be some gremlins in the system, power outages, things like that. Also, many exposés will continue this month to be revealed. If you do remember my yearly readings, you'll know that Pluto continues to expose all things that have been hidden from the collective, which can feel a little bit uncomfortable at first, but Pluto reveals to create tension in order to purge and then deliver great karmic paybacks. Ultimately, though, on a personal level, it's a month to rediscover your passion, your energy, your focus, check in with your strategy, and really be productive, edging closer towards your goals. I mean, this month for everybody, it's kind of a month of powering on down, focusing on your routines. Structure works really well in the month of May, and I definitely see here, it is actually a 4 vibrational month, which means, putting all the things that you have been working into practice, and really just keeping with a repetitive cycle to get on by and be the best at what you do, whatever that is. Now, your first card there is pressure. So some of you may have been feeling a little bit of pressure recently, or you may have felt that you've been pushed and pulled in many different directions. And I feel like you're starting to notice that although you may not like pressure, you actually work really well under pressure. So you may be the sort of person who, if you've got a deadline there, you may need time to ruminate on whatever it is that you're doing. And then as the deadline approaches, then you spring into action and make things happen, rather than start from the very beginning as soon as you know that there is a deadline and work really hard towards it. So I feel like you're managing stress levels this month. And this card, it's number 26. When you reduce it, 2 plus 6 is 8, of course, and that is the number of the self. So some of you are actually looking at where you put a lot of pressure on yourself. We do have the Justice card there, as well as the Knight of Wands. So I feel like some of you are trying to temper your emotions and notice when you have, of course, very high expectations of yourself, but you're not allowing those expectations to overwhelm you and cause extra pressure. Because remember, what is meant for you will never pass you by. So it's a period to breathe, acknowledge that you're putting one foot in front of the other, and everything that is meant to be, it will be. And I definitely see some really awesome things coming your way. You're going to be very productive. I do see that it's going to be a very busy month there. You're very goal-oriented, but you're going to accomplish whatever it is you set out to do. And there's a nice little celebration here at the end of the month as well. And I feel like you're pushing yourself out of a comfort zone. It's almost like some of you may be pressurized yourself to move outside your usual parameters. So, for example, if you're someone who is scared of heights or you're scared of spiders, for example, some of you may decide to try and really face your fears or try to edge closer to conquering a fear in some way. For some of you, it could be that you are, deciding to put yourself out there to join a group of people or even relocate. Some of you with that World card, I'm really picking up a major energy across the board when it comes to the collective. This month, May, this month, I'm not sure why, but collectively I'm feeling this major energy of people thinking about where they truly belong in the world, looking at the countries they feel drawn to, maybe even thinking about emigrating or moving in some way, maybe even moving to a new area, district. I just get this energy of like movement. There is a huge movement in the collective right now. But coming back to your energy, I feel like you're no different. Some of you, maybe not all of you, but there is a greater energy here of thinking about the world at large and where you feel like you want to live long term. So some of you may be thinking about becoming more nomadic in your career in some way, or relocating, being seconded to a different branch. Or some of you are just, trying to get everything organized as much as possible before taking a major vacation. Because I feel like some of you may be up against the clock in some way. You may have a big vacation coming up here and you're just under a lot of pressure to get everything done or tie up loose ends on projects before you move on to your vacation. So, for example, if you work for a company, and I'm only giving this as an example, if you work for a company, it could be that you're training someone to do your role before you head off to sunnier climates, and you just have to do your role, but at the same time, train someone up, and it may feel like just extra pressure and hard work. For some of you, it's that, not only, especially if you're a parent, not only are you getting yourself ready for a vacation or for a holiday, if you have young children, for example, you're also getting stuff ready for them. It just feels like a busy time of year. So I feel those are some examples of where you may be extra busy in the month ahead. Now, some of you may even be moving home, relocating. So I feel like you may be putting stuff into boxes, getting ready in order to be ready for the big move date. Because I feel something major is transforming in May, but you've been preparing for this because the pressure, this is your protagonist energy. So it's almost like you're ready for whatever changes it is that you are putting in motion. But I feel like you're managing your stress levels, and it's almost like you expect it to be highly pressured, but you're actually turning it around and it's going to be easier than you thought. So whatever this is for you, for some of you, it could be that you're launching a new business, a new endeavor. For some of you, you're embarking on a new adventure. I definitely see some of you are even looking at where you live right now and discovering new parts of your neighborhood or new restaurants, cafes. I definitely see that you want something different right now. And this card, it's a really interesting card. It says transformation. Something in you is different, okay? I feel like this has been in the works for quite some time. I feel like you've been maturing, changing, and I feel like you're not going back to a place that you felt you were before. Some of you may have felt really isolated or lonely, or you may have gone through an experience where you felt that everything had to change. There may be a period of nostalgia this month as to thinking back to those times gone by, but you're not looking with rose-tinted glasses. I feel like you're looking ahead only and moving on from the past. So a lot of you are getting some major closure this month on some difficult experiences. If you've been going through a separation, for example, I do see that if you are going through a separation, you may feel very alone in this situation. I definitely see that you have a support network, someone you can talk to, reach out to. I feel like this person may have also gone through something similar and be able to offer, a shoulder of support, as it were. I feel like, there's this energy here as well that whoever it is you're separating from, I do feel to some degree they will either try to reach out or try to reconnect with you in some way in the month of May. But with the World card present, I feel like you're done. You're moving on from that. Now, I don't really want to tap into this detail here, but I'm sending you a huge hug out there if you're separating or going through a divorce and you're feeling emotionally overwhelmed at this time. I want you to be aware that this is not the end of your love story. So if you feel that something has come to its end, naturally you're going to heal from it, process it, learn a lesson from it, but I definitely see new love coming in your future. So don't feel it's the end of everything. I just want you to be aware of that, okay? And you're actually going to meet someone new in a a very unusual place, somewhere that is completely out of your normal circumstances, and it's going to be a wonderful surprise. But you probably don't want to hear that right now because you're going through some very difficult emotions there, but I can see that, you know, the best is yet to come. So I want you to be aware of that as well. Now, this card, it is a very dominant card. It's your overarching energy. And of course, as I said, it's number 26. And when you reduce it, it's 8. 2 plus 6 is 8. So you're really looking at how you manage stress levels and trying to temper that, especially since you have the Justice card there as well. So you're trying to take a measured approach to something that may have been worrying you. But I definitely see that you're going to look at your options this month, and the universe is going to send you a bit of a curveball to help you in this situation. And you will resolve whatever situation it is that you're going through right now as well there. Now, this card, it basically is you looking at pressure or having a view of pressure as either being something that can be a positive, it can shape your world, you can direct the energy into influencing your life in some positive way, or you can see it as negative, something that puts you at a disadvantage. But I feel you're actually tapping into the positive aspect here in order to make some adjustments in your life, because, you know, the Justice card here is a card of adjustment. So you may be trying to find a solution to something that has been causing you pressure. For some of you, it could be, you know, your schedule. It could feel like you're always up against the clock. You never have enough time for yourself. So you're trying to manage those stress levels, but also, you know, be a little bit more practical and realistic about everything that you can get done in every day. So you may be writing a list down of all the things that you want to accomplish, and instead of putting like 10 things on that list that you want to accomplish, maybe put 4 of the things on that list, so you accomplish them in that day and you feel really good about yourself, rather than, you know, put 10 on there and only accomplish 4 and then feel like, oh shoot, I didn't do the other 6, and then it always feels like you're somehow lacking or not on top of things. So I feel like you're just, you know, readjusting your expectations of what you have for yourself, because you actually have very high expectations of yourself, and sometimes you need to give yourself a little bit of compassion, because that inner critic can sometimes come to the fore. And I feel like you're silencing that inner critic there as well. Now, when you get this card as the protagonist energy, yes, you're going to be very busy, but it's going to ebb and flow, actually. There's going to be moments of pause, so it's going to be nicely balanced there for you. You are going to be able to find pockets of harmony, and of course, this card indicates, you know, really practical stuff like administrative tasks, emails, phone calls, paperwork. I feel some of you may also be paying close attention to legal documentation this month. Some of you may even have a contract that you need to sign. And I would definitely say here, if anyone's pressurizing you to hurry up and sign something or trying to move you along quite quickly to make a decision, hold back. Don't let anyone try to pressure you, because that normally means they benefit from something and you don't. They just don't want you to discover it before you sign on the dotted line. For some of you, for example, it could be you purchasing a car, or it could be that you're setting up like a new business or an endeavor, or maybe you're going into a partnership with a business. I feel like take your time to make the decisions, because when the moment is right, you'll actually do what you feel is necessary for you there as well. Now, of course, this card indicates, you know, some level of tuning in to yourself and looking at cause and effect. You're going to have more energy this month, so that Knight of Wands is really going to serve you well, which means you're going to be bold and daring, and you're going to step out of your comfort zone. But also there's an energy here of productivity. So I definitely see that, you know, it will ebb and flow. You're going to be very busy one day, the next day maybe not so much, but it doesn't mean you're not doing. It feels more like you're still strategizing of what needs to be done next there. I feel like you're creating plans. Also, the Knight of Wands, for some of you, you're launching a new business. This is an entrepreneurship card, so it could be that you're launching, you know, a new endeavor, becoming your own boss, and you may be having to go through legal documentation in order to set something up. For some of you, it could be that you are enlisting the help of a practitioner or someone who is in a position to help you with some sort of legal endeavor. You may be getting advice on relocating, emigrating, becoming nomadic in your work. Some of you may even be called in to look at your pensions and really make some adjustments, or really focus on, you know, how to run your pension more efficiently. So I feel this is a big month to just check in with basically the practicalities of life in general. I definitely see that you're going to be, as I said, productive, but also you're focusing on your tasks, your responsibilities, and basically you're getting everything done. And also you're being honest with yourself about what is accomplishable in the time frame that you've got, but also with the energy that you've got there as well. Because your sixth house is actually governing you, and that's at the latter part of the month, and that's really about daily routines, okay? So it's more about your schedules, focusing on work, paying bills, savings plans, budgets, pensions, repayment plans, basically your responsibilities and tasks. So this house, it may feel a little bit dull or boring at some points in the month of May, but it is actually a very important house because it keeps your life running smoothly. You're on top of things. So I feel, this is a good time to really get clear on budgets, financial budgets, of course, but also just, decluttering your life or your home space and really, getting yourself in order so that you can open yourself up to new opportunities for the rest of the year. But I feel some are coming in the month of May there for you. And also your 11th house is influencing you at the beginning of the month. And that's really about all your hopes and wishes. So this is a very strong manifestation month for you to set an intention, and this card is all about setting intentions and being that go-getting spirit. I mean, I do feel you have been under a lot of pressure. Some of you may have felt a little bit isolated or alone in your circumstances, but you're a warrior, and you may be tired of having to do it all by yourself. I totally get that, but I definitely see that you are building your soul tribe, maybe even, embracing a new project or joining a new group of people in your neighborhood and finding that actually, there is a commonality. You have people that you vibe with, and these people become your tribe or your soul tribe there as well. So, also, that 11th house, you're going to pay a lot of attention to your energy levels because your 11th house, along with Taurus season, makes you focus on your health. So you're going to be really focused on, what's good for you. Some of you are going to look at what affects your energy levels. You may be cutting out anything that has impacted your energy levels, made you feel drained or lethargic, or maybe given you a reaction of some sort. I'm also seeing some of you find some sort of cure for an allergy. So some of you, if you have an allergy that you've been suffering with recently, because it does tend to be allergy season, I feel some of you are going to find something that really helps. And it's something that perhaps you've been wishing was available for quite some time. But suddenly, either a friend may tell you about it, or you're going to see it on a forum or an advert or something, and you're like, let me try that out. It actually works really well for you this month there as well. But this Knight of Wands, some of you may feel that life has got pretty serious recently. You have a lot of tasks and responsibilities to adhere to, and you're just hoping for a new adventure. I really feel like you have an unstoppable drive this month to be curious about all that life can offer. And sometimes it's hard to find new things that really set your soul on fire, especially when, the world is a little bit of a chaotic place, and you may feel that sometimes the tide is against you, and it almost feels like you're moving through mud. But I really feel you're listening to your body now during those times. And instinctively, when you feel things are too hard, you're not pushing. You're going as far as you can, and then you are taking a step back and allowing the universe to come to you to deliver opportunities. Because remember, it's give and take. Sometimes, we've built a society where we're told we must always be a human doing. We are actually a human being, so it's really important to recognize that there are moments where we must forge a path and move through, and then there are times when we need to sit back and accept the goodness that the universe wants to bestow upon us. And I can see there with that solitary card, I feel like you are also learning to love your own company, or you tend to love your own company, but too much of, one thing can also be not good for us. So I feel some of you are trying to come out of your comfort zone a little bit, maybe open up to new groups or new people and step outside your usual parameters is what I see there as well. Okay. Also, I feel like you're tapping into your vision of what you want for the future, and you're actually capable of manifesting it in many forms. This Knight of Wands is one of the knights that is a go-getter and someone who is a goal setter, and you actually achieve whatever it is you set out to do. I mean, that World card tells me that all the projects you start this month, you'll finish them, you'll feel really productive, but also you're going to be really proud of yourself. And we do have solitariness desert, okay? And it is number 13, which is, of course, the death card. Transformation is the number 13. So I feel some of you are changing this feeling of loneliness, or, you know, it's almost like there's a very different energy when you think solitary and when you think loneliness. You know, they are not to be confused or mixed up as the same, because to be solitary is to choose to enjoy your own company and to find that playful spirit within. And of course, to be lonely is to feel that something or someone is missing. You feel that you have not got kindred spirits resonating in your life. But I actually see this month, especially with the cause and effect card, with the justice, I feel, you know, making the effort. It's really hard sometimes, especially if you're shy. But if you do something that you really enjoy for you, because I actually see you're doing something for you here. This could be a passion project. It could be something that you are excited about or enthusiastic to learn about. It puts you in a group of like-minded people, and these are your soul tribe members. I feel like the universe and your guides are trying to whisper in your ear to move you along to a group of people who actually become your soul tribe for life, is what I see there as well. Now, this card, of course, there's a desert there, and I feel some of you have been through some very harsh times. You may have felt really tested, and you may have even felt alone during these times as well. So right now, you may be looking at the people who support you during difficult times and who does not, because I definitely see some success coming into your world right now, and you're kind of looking at who deserves a place in your life. You know, all the people who are not there during the difficult times, they certainly do not deserve a place at your success table. So I see that you're really readjusting the way that you look at people and the reciprocity that's going on in your life there as well. Now also, you really are a kindred spirit with nature. So I see here that you are trying to either, I mean, some of you are adopting a pet, or no, I think it's more adopting a pet. You may have been thinking about it as a companion, okay? But you're going to have a really interesting experience when you go into a shelter or wherever it is that you want to adopt a pet. I feel like the pet is actually going to instantly come to you. You will know. There is like a camaraderie, a bond instantly. It's almost like both of you know in that moment you're meant to spend life together. So I think it's going to be an exciting opportunity there as well if you're hoping to adopt a pet. It's almost like you adopt each other in the same moment. And it's almost like you've known each other before. There's just this lovely bond between you both. Now, also, this card, of course, it basically indicates that you're very confident to spend time alone, but I feel like you don't need to spend too much time alone. I feel like you're more developing simplicity in your life, and May is, you know, a month where you are trying to make life run in a very simplistic way, so that you're eradicating drama. I feel, you know, you're someone who is very resilient, and you may have also been trying to adapt to some very difficult circumstances. You're someone who is a warrior. I feel like you've got this, and you know, if you've been experiencing challenges, I definitely see there's a breakthrough here. The World card tells me you're going to learn a lesson from it, but it is coming to an end, this challenging situation, and there is a brighter future to come. But also the Four of Wands indicates celebration. So I feel like you have a breakthrough. There's a milestone here. For some of you, this could manifest in the form of some sort of promotion. It could be that you are leaving a very chaotic team behind, or a chaotic work environment behind, because you're moving into a different sector, or you're stepping into a new promotional role there. I feel like everything is changing, because that World card tells me that something is coming to an end, but it opens you straight up to a new beginning. So I feel, you know, all is not lost. I feel like it's evolving and it's changing, and so are you, and you're adapting to these changes. For some of you, it could be that you're moving to a new neighborhood, as I said there, or you could even be implementing lifestyle changes that you feel have been long time coming. And I feel like, you know, you've got this. We do have, of course, the Lovers card. It's in the resistance position, so it's like you got it in the reverse at first. So some of you may be looking at how can I put this? Some of you may be looking at the things that you've been trying to manifest that haven't been showing up for you. So I feel like it's almost like you're withdrawn in order to really focus on your manifestations and not tell anybody what you're up to. So it could be that you are, squirreling away behind the scenes, working on a project, or some of you are thinking about moving, or I feel like you're doing something big for yourself that's actually very exciting, but you're keeping it to yourself at this time because you may have noticed that when you tell someone something, it doesn't mean that they wish you unwell or they wish it to go wrong for you. But it's almost like it robs the energy from it, and you may notice that things just don't go the way you hoped when you actually share it with someone. So I feel right now you may be keeping something to yourself. Not that you're being secretive, I just feel like you're actually working on something that's important to you, and it's going to be very successful, or it's going to go the way you'd hoped for. Everything's coming together here, and when the moment is right, you'll reveal it to your family or your friends. For some of you, it could be like a personal development project. It could be something that you're in training for, or it could be something that you have been working on for quite some time in order to transform yourself and feel better about yourself in some way there as well. Now, of course, it will go into the upright. Some of you may have also felt that you've had no other choice but to spend some time alone to focus on a project, or some of you may have even thought about traveling on your own, and maybe May is a time where you may actually do that. I feel there's an energy here of you wanting to go a little bit further afield, maybe even do a vacation or a holiday that you've been yearning to go to, and it's a place that you've never been to before. And if you are in a high-level commitment or married, I mean, some of you may have suggested to your partner, let's go away to, a place that we've never ever been before, and it'll be a wonderful adventure. And I actually see that you're going to love it. Both of you almost like renew your love for each other and reignite that spark in the relationship there as well. And if you've been going through a separation, of course, I'm sending you a huge hug out there. But I do see that you're about to meet someone new. And it's going to take you by surprise, but I'll leave it like that. We'll do a singles reading shortly, and then you can tap into that in a little bit more depth there as well. Ultimately, the Lover's card is the choice card, and when it goes into the upright position, it means that you actually have a lot of opportunities to come out of the funk, as it were, to come outside your comfort zone, but also to attract what it is that your heart desires, because this card, it connects to the law of attraction. Your heart is vibing at a frequency that you're tuning into this month, and thoughts become things. So I feel like you're definitely following your passions, you're following your heart, and it's going to lead you to some crazy places, but you're going to have a lot of fun along the way, okay? Now also, the Lover's card, because I'm looking at your energy, and when I look at it in terms of finances, I feel like some of you are making some big decisions regarding a life-changing event, okay? So it could be something that is like, I feel it's monumental, whatever it is. It could be like a way of living, or moving somewhere, or, leaving a job in order to embrace something else, or setting up on your own. I feel like you're doing something major, and it's very exciting, but you may have to make a major decision on it before you launch it. So some of you may require some quiet, thoughtful time. I really feel it's a very reflective period where the answers you seek will come in silence for you, okay? So carve out a pocket of time for that. Now we've also got the Six of Cups. Of course, it's in the resistance position. Some of you may be looking at some very selfish people that you've encountered over the last couple of months or even years. And I feel like you're readdressing the balance by keeping that foundation and that boundary high. And I feel the universe is rewarding you for making a decision to respect your own boundaries and command respect from others. Because when you set that boundary, you teach other people how you wish to be respected. And if anyone doesn't do that, I feel like you're withdrawing from that situation. You're not suffering any fools gladly. And even if when you were younger, you felt like you had to put up with someone, or you had to just bite your lip on something, I feel like you're not doing that anymore, and actually that's commendable. Now, I do get a sense here that diplomacy is key, but you're speaking your truth, and you're speaking it loud and proud. And the person who gets that truth from you, they actually will respect and admire you for being so honest, okay? With the Six of Cups, I feel this could come from someone from your past trying to reach out. I feel here there is someone trying to reconnect with you, and I feel like they want to find a solution or they want to work something out. So this could be a family member that maybe you lost touch with, or maybe there was conflict with this person. For some of you, it could be a friend or a family friend. Could also be an ex, but I'm picking up more energy from someone friend related or family related there, and I feel you get an option as to whether you want to allow this person back into your life, but I definitely see some sort of olive branch being offered in this situation there as well. Now, the Six of Cups, of course, can indicate nostalgia. So some of you may be triggered this month into thinking about a period where someone either ghosted you or someone sort of left you out in the cold or abandoned you. But I feel like you're getting closure on this. I feel like you've come a long way from this, really processed it and really sort of resolved it within yourself. It's an experience that was hard, that made you stronger than you were, but also it's an experience that you feel has really shaped you, but also no longer has the power to get in the way of your future happiness. So I feel like you're moving away from that as well. And also the Six of Cups, it tends to mean the universe is offering you something that you will really celebrate. It's a month to remember is what I've been told just now by my guide, a month to remember. So I feel, you're going to be building new memories and they're going to be very happy there. And I feel something that perhaps you've been waiting for patiently or working hard towards is actually going to be delivered. There is some news coming in that you will celebrate. We got the Four of Wands there, which is cause for celebration. It feels like something comes to a climax or comes to a monumental point in your life that makes you feel really good about you and your circumstances. Especially if you've been struggling, I feel like there is a lifeline or a respite period where things just get a little bit easier for you there as well. Now, we do have Adventure South, and all of your cards are all about adventure. Now, it doesn't mean, of course, that you're going south, but it may be that you're going south. Adventure indicates that you are stepping out of the comfort zone this month to do something bold and daring, to take a risk, but also to see something as you perhaps haven't seen before. So some of you, as I said, may be looking back on past situations and looking at them with new eyes. These could be experiences you had in childhood, could be experiences you had when you were a teenager, or in a relationship or a friendship. I feel like there's just a fresh new look at stuff in order to help clear your mind. And also I feel like you're looking carefully at something that you may have missed. This is aside from a nostalgic energy. So I feel for some of you, you may have to return to something that you may have missed. Yeah, I'm just picking up the energy, and that may not resonate with everyone, so please take it as it resonates and don't shoot the messenger. Now, this could be a form that you filled in. Maybe you missed out a part of it or didn't sign it, or I just get a sense that you have to return to something that you may have missed this month. I feel like you missed it almost like last month, but you're having to return to it this month, okay? Yeah, so it could have been a form that you had to fill in because I feel it's document related. Okay, or some of you might want to pay close attention to due dates on documents. This is also coming up a lot for the collective this month, to pay close attention to legal documents or documents that have like a valid date or, an end date in some way. So it could be like passports, visas, especially if you're traveling because you have the World card there. So just check that everything's in order before you book your travel or before you go, because you don't want to get any nasty surprises there. But as you can see, we've got a wonderful spaceman suit there, okay, spacesuit. So I really get a sense here that you are moving out of your usual parameters. It's actually exciting. It feels like uncharted waters or uncharted territory there for you as well. But I really want you to notice the figure right in the center with the umbrella. Umbrellas tend to represent protection. So I feel like if you are embarking on some sort of new adventure in your life, you're being given the thumbs up by the universe that you are supported and protected in all your endeavors. And I feel this is a really exciting time to follow your heart, but also to surrender to the wonder of your heart, because I know that the world is a very crazy place, very chaotic, and especially since you have the World card there, some of you are like, there's a lot of heavy energy going on and you are an empath, but we must not allow it to steal the wonder that is in our heart, because then we become really jaded and the vibrations completely drop. And remember, we're all energy. And we're all energetic exchanges. So when you have this sense of low vibes or fear or just feeling jaded, then actually we perpetuate a cycle that brings the world's vibrations lower. And I know it's easier said than done, and it's not all up to you, my beautiful Cancerians, but I feel like, this is energy of trying to rediscover a part of yourself, to reconnect, to learn the lessons, but also to open yourself up to a brand new world of energy, of creativity, and, excitement there as well. Also, this word integration, I really feel this is a big part of your month of May. So some of you, especially if you tend to be a homebody, or, you've got the people in your life that you like and and you just don't feel like you need to know anybody else. If you tend to be one of those, like I go through periods of like really wanting to get out there and loving to meet new people. And then other days I'm like, nope, too peoply out there, not really interested in anybody, just gonna stay here and, draw the curtains, pretend nothing else exists out there. So I feel like you may fluctuate and suddenly get yourself out there to integrate and meet new people or new experiences, new places, new faces. The World card also tells me that, you are going to accomplish whatever it is you set out to do. This is a card of success. You're going to be celebrating something. And for some of you, you may even be invited to an important event. It could be a birthday, it could be a wedding. Some of you may even need to travel for this. Some of you may be preparing to go overseas to visit friends that you haven't seen for a while, or maybe go to an event that perhaps is taking place overseas. It's going to be a wonderful adventure, and you're going to let your hair down and really enjoy it. And, life is for the living as much as we can possibly do. And I know there's responsibilities, and of course we have to pay attention to our bills, and, some of us can't afford vacations. I totally understand that. But I feel like some of you are working towards it, saving to be able to take a break, and you're going to reach your savings goals as well, because the Four of Wands and the World card indicates attracting more wealth, celebrating a win of some sort, but even it's a card of really being proud of yourself that you reached a milestone, or you reached your intention in some way when it came to saving extra finances. For some of you, you're saving for a property, because the Four of Wands connects to real estate. So you could be purchasing a home this month or closing on it because you have the contract there. I feel it's important to do all the necessary checks before you go through that purchase as well, because I feel like you don't want to miss anything. Also, with this Four of Wands, this is a card of, spending time in good company, harmonizing in your life, a new creative phase where things just get a little bit better. You're celebrating the important moments. And of course, there is something of a milestone happening this month for you as well. But I feel like you're really connecting to the people in your life that matter the most, the experiences that matter the most, and building new memories, the important things. And I feel there's this energy of course, trying to focus on everything, but I feel like you're not allowing it to pressurize you. You're more focusing on what truly matters, the interactions and moments between your nearest and dearest as well there. But ultimately, I see you've got a lot of wands here, so it's going to be a very passionate sort of month where you're led by your passions. You're going to find opportunities for new experiences. You're trusting your visions. You're working towards something. You're going to accomplish it. There's going to be a lot of success here. And I feel if you're looking for love also, I feel like there is an opportunity for you to meet someone new. Okay, there is someone new entering your social circle. Look at that, social circle. Okay, I did feel a major energy that a lot of your focus this month is on the people that you surround yourself with, your family, your soul tribe. And I definitely see, it literally says there, whether it's new friends or old ones, they bring new energy to your soul. And that's what this month is all about for you as well, okay? So we have, look at this. We have, I'm just going to show you this because, of course, I just read it and you didn't see it. I want you to see it, that I didn't make anything up there. It says, whether it's new friends or old ones, they will bring new energy to your soul. Friends, social ties, social activity, and crowd. Okay. Now we've also got here hobbies and crafts. And as I said, I feel like you're joining groups, or you're looking at groups in your neighborhood that you may join. I mean, some of you may even take yourself on a spiritual retreat, or you're looking into retreats in different countries, perhaps Bali, Thailand, wherever it is. I feel like you're drawn to really take your mental health seriously, as well as your body health. I feel like you're really trying to do you at this time and invest in you, because you tend to be an overgiver and you may have neglected your own needs. But this month, I really feel like you're putting yourself at the fore. And it says hobbies and crafts. Cultivate a hobby or new forms of interest to keep your hands busy. Natural talents, second job, projects. So, I mean, with that Knight of Wands, you're naturally gifted. Whether you're in a career or not, you're really good at what you do, and you're highly creative there as well. So some of you may actually make a hobby or a craft something that becomes a business. As I said, entrepreneurial spirit there. Some of you with the Lover's card, it could be second streams of income, because that is a card of duality, giving your energy to two different things. Make sure you don't spread yourself thin there. I feel it'll be very lucrative for you there as well. Some of you may actually support a family member in terms of, championing them on, and, some of you may be actually interested in something that they do, and you're really naturally good at it as well, maybe even better than your family member, but don't tell them I said that. I feel like there may be a partnership here. Both of you could come together and utilize your skill set to, form an alliance of some sort. It doesn't have to always be about business. It can be about you doing something that you love to make sure that you're in the flow. And also we've got love. Okay, and it says true love will find you. So if you are looking for love, that came up very strongly in this reading. It says true love will find you, and it will awaken your soul. Romance, loving what you do, and soulmate. But for those of you who are already in a high-level commitment, and for those of you who are happily single and not looking for anybody, I feel it's more about loving what you do, following your passions, following your heart, carving out a space for yourself in this world. And I feel this is about enjoying you and, really tapping into your inner core to see what makes you happy, what truly makes you happy, because I feel like you're on a quest to know more about yourself. And I'm just going to go and get a trinket or a rune before we close. Okay, we only have one. Okay, so we have the Giant rune. Okay, now what's really interesting about this rune, it's all about protection, okay, and redirection. It can also be a rune that connects to promotion. And it is also a rune that indicates a time for action and a time for non-action, and also indicates, a level of luck coming in that you're not expecting. So that's really nice. But also, when you get this rune, it's about paying close attention to your intuition, looking at situations that you feel are the thorn in your side, things that have been, bugging you, that make you really want to investigate a little bit further. So I would definitely do that. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful. Now, of course, it's called the Giant rune, so this indicates a level of growth and, being the bigger person in situations. But also, I'm being given an energy, which I really don't like, but I'm being given it to me right now for you, which is some of you may actually have a parcel that was going to be delivered. It may get delayed or lost in the mail, okay? And again, you'll have to revisit to actually have the sender to either resend, but you may have to prove, of course, that you didn't get it. But once they look into it, they'll find it's been shipped somewhere else, or it got lost in the system, is what I mainly feel. But it's going to be a bit frustrating for you, especially if it's a gift for someone, because I'm picking up gift vibes here. So for some of you, if, for example, you bought a gift for your friend and your friend's birthday is in 2 weeks, right? Let's just say it's 2 weeks, and you bought it about 2 weeks ago, right? You may be thinking, maybe I should leave it an extra week before I reach out to see where it's at. Don't. Reach out right now and say, hey, just wondered, did you send the product that I purchased or anything like that? They should normally give you like a little sort of in transit message, but if they haven't, reach out and give them a nudge, because either I don't think they've forgotten about it. I feel like they've sent it, but it's kind of got a little bit like lost along the way. So it just buys you time for that person to either reimburse you and you purchase something else, or you actually find a moment where they can send it on to you again, and it gets to you in time before your friend's birthday or whatever it was for. I'm just giving you an example. It could have been a gift for someone because they've been unwell or something like that. But I don't see anything like that happening here. So yeah, please take it as it resonates. Now, this is a very complex reading. It may not resonate with everyone, but that's the major energy that's occurring for this month. And I hope something resonates there for you. If it does, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message, lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is actually really important for me too. Also, coming in here just before I leave your reading, there's this energy of some of you may have been feeling like you're drifting, or you felt that, you know, you're a little bit out of your comfort zone and things have just changed and transformed in your life that you cannot fathom. But I definitely see you getting back to better times and you rediscovering this passion, this lust for life. And I feel like it's almost like you celebrate coming home to yourself in some way. And I feel like you are returning to a part of you that you feel like you lost touch with, but you're so glad that you're back. But it's really interesting. I also feel like you're not looking back at your past or reconnecting to the past. It just feels like you're rediscovering a part of yourself that you've been yearning for or mourning for a long time. And I feel like you're back. Okay, so I'll leave it there. Thank you so much, my beautiful Cancerians, and love and light.